Today's session, I'm going to explain about the technical part. How what is the technical things right? What is the technical things right in today's session? Source target right. I was explained already. What is the source and the target optimization? How to perform that things right? So if you remember, like last session, I was explain source and target session optimize the query using the consolidated filter, increasing database network packet size, right? Connectivity, and Teradata. These some part I was explained. So I just show you today's session where you need to perform your activity so that you can start fixing. Then I will come on next topic, right? So I just try to show you in Informatica. I'm just going to open my Informatica. I'm going in my VM. Yeah, here in my VM, I'm just opening. This is the repository manager. Okay, so I'm opening my Informatica training batch. Just opening 1 second. Designer. Just open Informatica designer. And in Informatica, there is some mapping. Which one? I just tried to show you the which one already developed that mapping. I will show you where you need to start configuring what I was explained. So these are the detailed one. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just taking one example. There is one filter transformation, right? The filter transformation. I explain you the exact mapping. What is the mapping? Here is the uh, session. The session having how many target? I just show you. Actually, very. Hmm. So if you remember, they are going in mapping tab. Here is some connection. The connection is I'm using the Oracle relational table as source and target. Both are the Oracle. So here is Oracle. I not using any SQL query by default. But if you remember, I was explaining these points, right? Here is some points: user defined joins, some sort filter, tracing label. If you want a distinct slide, distinct means just duplicate things you can go. There is some pre-sequel, post-sequel. In SQL, in source qualifier, right? You can use that query. Here is some filter, right? If you remember, I was explained about the filter. If you want to do something, you want to filter something, you can write here. There is some built-in variable, so you can use that one here. If you have created some parameter, you can use that parameter as well. And you can filter out unnecessary record. Don't go whatever the required record, you can use only. Don't write like this. Yeah, I write select star from table kind of thing, right? Suppose I need some data. Let's example. Let me execute first, then will be better. Just hold on. Yeah, I just executed that query. Start workflow. Uh, I will took that query. How to take that query also? We can. Yeah, here is transformation. This transformation is running. Okay, so I will check here. So transformation information will come. Meanwhile, I can show you what is the query running behind this. Yeah, here is some filter. You can write filter. Yeah, here is query executed. Here is this is the query, right? I can I write that query and paste it here, executed. Okay, so this is the source query. Suppose, but how many record is available? Total 14. Suppose you don't record 14 record, right? And you want some specific department only, right? So you need to just filter out, right? Department equal to 20 kind of. Uh, Otherwise, you unnecessary record you are reading and your time will utilizing, right? So in that case, you need to filter out. Here I just paste. Uh, yeah. Okay. You notice I took only five records because there is 20 department having only five record. So you can apply this filter, right? Then you can, if you notice, I going to use just take the one second. Thing is not able to. I need to open here. It's not update table. Yeah, you can apply the filter as well. Where I just try to check where I can update. Yeah, here. Here is some filter option, right? You can apply the filter like department. You can here there is the department and the department you can make as a 20. Okay, so you can apply here. Okay, so by this, if you execute again this mapping, it will not. Pick other department, only just pick the department 20. So I was explained that one information, right? If you remember, uh, I was explained the uh, how to filter records, right? Using some conditional filter. So this is the some condition. There is a total six records, right? And that load was happen only five records. Let's see what is the query written here. uh, SQL total. Yeah, if you notice, this is the query. You will check what is the actual database it was used. I'm executing some different maybe. Yeah, here is five, but maybe I'm using some different database to going to actual database so that I can show you the actual scenario. Yeah, if you notice, total six record, right? Total six record to read. So here also total six record. So initially, if you notice on previous run, like previous session, it was total 14 record, right? So now onward, when I apply the filter, it came in six record. That's why, suppose if you don't have record, right, so you can apply the filter. Don't unnecessarily process the record. Otherwise, it will take the huge time. It will improve your, it will impact your performance. Correct. So this option you can utilize for source optimization. Correct. Another approach. I was told you for query, right? Suppose you are written some query here, right? Then you can use some hint, right? Suppose I generated some query here, kind of this query you have written. Then you can apply some hint index or whatever, right? So that your query can take the small term, very long, short time. So process the record. So that kind of information you can use. Okay, for source optimization, right, there is some option, some distinct also. If you want to remove some duplication, you can use that way also. Otherwise, you can use a different transformation like sorter, and there we can filter out. But yeah, here whatever you can filter out, right? And use the hint as well, optimize the query. So kind of informations. And suppose I was explaining some packet, right? How to update the packets, right? So in that packet, you need to go in your Oracle. So somewhere there is where I was install that Oracle, so you need to go in Oracle as well. uh, Oracle database. I'm just checking where I was installed. Admin db1. So here, where is the aura.tns, right? You can search your network and admin, and there you can, yeah, listener.aura and tns.aura you can update according to your requirement, right? Here you can update, there is some packets information, right? I will explain. So here you can need to update, right? Because in network size also you need to increase, so their side you need to update in this file. And after this, in tns.aura also there is two file, but this information you need to check with your uh, admin team. They can take the decision, otherwise it will don't do. But yeah, I just show you, you can inform, like you can, they will update some syntax here, how to improve, but they will update according to each requirement, right? So requirement means just how the admin team behave, because it's not running only your right db, they are managing some other also, right? So their side they are, they will update the network packet size as well. Okay, so that information, you know, कि where you need to change, you need to change in listener.aura and where tns.aura. Okay, so these information you can increase the database server network size in listener.aura and TNS. Consult your DBA for additional information about the increasing the packet size. They know how to, where need to update the information. So similar way, some other DB also, like or SQL Server and other, the same information also there that you can use accordingly. Okay, so now I'm going to an target DB. Suppose here is some target, right? So source. Now here is some target DB. So in target, suppose you identify some information like optimization required your target level. So in that case, target first things you need to check how to your load option, right? There is some load option there, bulk. You need to check for, suppose there is no bulk, you can just try to use for bulk option. First thing you need to just check the properties here. Property should be like your commit interval, like suppose here is default was taken by 10,000. The if you like your target having more data, right? And you know that you can increase your commit interval as well, so that your commit can happen in up to 20,000 or 50,000 records, right? And just cross check other dtm buffer also. Here is updated auto means according to your cpu whatever configuration there, right? It will be increased automatically. But sometimes if you check, you can need to check, because sometimes it was given some value right here. You can update some value like this. Okay, so if you that value and your data is not reading according, means here maybe some not up to date, right? That information, then you need to check and update accordingly. But auto is actually based on your, suppose your server configure, it automatically increase. And other option here, like config object, here also, right? Currently there is, if you notice, there is some buffer default sequential all information, see there is default information here. You can also just cross check, and minor you can change here, but yeah, just cross check. But mostly required the dtm buffer. Okay, so after that, there is a target option. The first option is bulk. Okay, you can check. There is next update strategy. Can update accordingly. And other option here, pre-SQL and post-SQL. Suppose your table, like, oh, let's suppose our my table is having employee table, right? I'm just opening my target uh, in for target. Okay, let's suppose my table, I just opening my table. What is the table name? Yeah, emp load data. Okay, so emp load, select star from emp load data. emp load data, actually, yeah, here is load single record, right? So single record, and if you check there is any constraint there or not. So my intention here to explain, there is no constraint, right? Suppose suppose if there is any concern, right, in pre-SQL, you need to just drop, right, you need to just drop the index. You can write here some syntax like a drop index name, whatever the index name is there in on particular table, that it can drop. And then after that, post SQL, you can write the recreate the indexes and rebuild the index, so that your if your same table using for other process, they can use as usual, but during the process it will be dropped, so that you can load the entire data. Okay. And here suppose you are going to insert only, then can you check the insert only. And suppose you are truncate load by quintal, you can check the option like truncate and load. Or if you're otherwise, you can use some built-in function like any function that you can use there for functions. Let me just show how to. Here is some transformation, right? uh, Create transformation, that is stored procedure, right? Here is some test stored procedure. There is some option, right? Maybe there is no any stored procedure actually, that's what. But yeah, suppose if you want to create, okay, you can skip here. Let's see. Here is stored procedure, right? Here is stored procedure. There is some option. Stored procedure name target. Where say connection. Where you need to execute input order. Okay. So when you going to update this option, right? There is some option where you need to executing order one, two, right? So you need to update accordingly. Okay. And here when you want to execute target preload, target post load, normal source, anything, right? You can use. This is the stored procedure. Suppose I want to I'm not going to check the option for target truncate at their workflow level. I need to use some procedure to truncate that table. So I will call that procedure and update the preload, target preload. So when before loading, that will be truncate. So this option will be truncate coordinates. So it, why we am going to introduce this one, because it will be very fast compared to your workflow levels. So you can use this option as well. It will be easy to handle. And third option like index rebuild, already I was explained. Second one like network one, also similar way, like how the TNS and listener, you can inform your DB, and if you agree, mostly sometimes this one, but if not agree, then you can use your label, right? You can identify bottleneck mapping transformation label, and you can how much you can filter out, just filter out the record based on your requirement, right? Then you can proceed further. So these all are about the technical part about the target source, right? Just I'm summarizing. So target, you can cross check where is the bottleneck you have identified, like during the load option, you can use the option like drop index, then recreate, then rebuild. Then you can go process for, if you're not truncating, you can use truncate. If you're not option for bulk load, you can use the bulk option. And change the properties, commit interval, right? And if any DTM buffer is not set auto, just try to set auto, so that your according to your server configuration, it will be taken. Otherwise, if someone yeah, sometimes it's what given some value, just cross check according to your data it was set or not. If not set, you can check set according to your expected data. Okay, I hope it will be fine. So these all are about the your technical. Okay, so I will explain in next session like for mapping and transformation level, so that you are able to understand properly. And okay, and if anything I will explain in more detail, like if you ping or something or any specific topic required, I will help you. Okay, yeah, thanks for watching.